G'day mate, welcome back to Factorio with me, Jenny. We're back in our definitive guide. I've decided this episode, we need to talk to the neighbours. We have one lot of neighbours here that have expanded. We have another, well actually maybe they were still there. Oh look, we've got neighbours right now. Isn't that nice of you? Here, have some fire. So, we have neighbours problems. We have definitely neighbours here which may have expanded, may have already been there, might not have got cleared out first time. We definitely have an expansion neighbour here. I'm willing to bet if I leave this pollution overlay on long enough, we'd end up with some more expansion parties. So I'd like to say goodbye to them. Same time for this episode, maybe, probably going to show off some robot construction to get some of these walls up and running. At the same time, no idea actually, no idea what else we're going to do. Yup! Oh, we're definitely going to upgrade copper, because our copper belts are suddenly working. Is it steel not working? Steel's not working. Why is steel not working? Are we just eating a full belt of steel? I think we're just eating a full belt of steel. Whatever. Whatever. We'll run the intro. We'll decide exactly what we're going to do after the fact. So, with that out of the way, I've taken the liberty to do a couple of things between episodes. So, I prod modded our blue circuits. One, because the build was long enough that we could prod mod it. Two, it means we're going to use less green circuits, which is less copper. At the same time, we also prod modded last episode our red circuits, which has definitely had an impact on our copper belts, obviously, because the copper belts are full again. But I'd still like more copper. At the same time, that steel belt is definitely... It just looks like it's taking time to rebuffer. Really? Okay, that's some neighbours. Alright, that is some serious neighbourhood problems. So, those guys there, and those guys there. So, let's hover over a spawner. So, our spawners are going up in their, the evolution of the biters are going up. So contribution to nearby attacks and current evolution factor is 0.79. So the evolution factor is 0.79. The closer to 1.0 it gets, the worse it gets. Well, really, it gets to 0.99. You'll never get to 1.0. Trust me, I've tried. So 0.99 is bad. But it means our ratio of big biters to medium biters is going up, and eventually we're going to get behemoth biters. At the same time, if I can find... I can't see a big biter on radar. You. A medium biter on radar. That's unfortunate. We do have some medium spitters here, which will give us the same sort of example. So we have a medium spitter here which has 50 hit points. We have a big spitter here which has 200 hit points. The biters are actually worse. The biters actually have 375 hit points, and I think the medium ones have 75 hit points. So it's more hit points that we need to chew through. Our lasers are fully upgraded, apart from going down the infinite research branch. So we've finished off our shooting speed, and our energy weapon damage is pretty much maxed out. There is nothing else we can do without getting infinite tech, which means launching a rocket, which means basically game over, game done. You're finished for this game. Oh, there's a medium one. Medium one at 75, and a big one at 375. I was right. So yeah, really the only thing we can do is go infinite research, but that's after you launch a rocket, which is technically game over. Technically you won. So that's something to keep in mind, that at that point, like, you're continuing to play Factorio for the fun of Factorio, which I highly recommend. It's definitely worth doing, but you've technically finished the game. So, things I want to do this episode. We already have our power armor kitted out. We have some shields, we have some legs. I do want to handcraft some personal laser defense. Personal laser defense are little lasers that sit on your shoulders and go zappy, 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 and kill all the biters. Very, very wonderful things to have. At the same time, I'd like to craft a car and a tank, because we're going to go out and say hi to some biters this episode. Another thing, whilst we're here, whilst we're doing things, I want to set an inventory filter in my inventory, so we can put things down here to filter them, but we can also filter them in our inventory by clicking with the middle mouse button. And if I put robots there, it's going to mean all my robots end up in just this one tile, which is sort of handy because I can quickly see how many robots I have. Also means I want to dump some of this crap out of my inventory. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's done, that's done, that's done. Other things I want to tick off for this episode. We're going to go and we're going to build some rocket fuel. Main reason we're going to build rocket fuel is not to actually launch a rocket. We're not going to be launching a rocket this episode. Obviously, rocket is a long way ahead, and that's going to lead us to infinite tech. What we are going to build rocket fuel for is it makes the vehicles go faster. Nope. There and there. That's the wrong place again. We want you to make rocket fuel. So we can see there rocket fuel has a vehicle acceleration bonus of 180% and a vehicle top speed of 155%. We do have access to solid fuel, which is a vehicle acceleration of 120 and a vehicle top speed of 105. But I'd like rocket fuel because rocket fuel makes everything go faster. In this game, it actually does make it go faster. So we need 2 inserters. We need some funny inserter dancing on this side. We need a power pole there. And for some reason, I'm not requesting roboports. For reasons. They are on, but I'm obviously outside logistics range. So I'm going to put a robot there, which will put that in range. And we'll have some rocket fuel. I'd like rocket fuel before I wander off, actually. Hey, have some speed modules. That'll make you go faster. I only need like, well, a few pieces. 5 or 6. That's done, that's done, that's done. What else do I want to grab? I wanted to look at my tech. So I actually want a personal roboport Mark II. So much, in fact, that we're actually going to start the research on that. And then I'm going to go back to flammables, explosives, full of robot count. Yeah, we're sort of at that end tech where, like, all this tech's great to have, but none of it's really required. All the bigger and better booms, more flammables, meh. Full of robot count. Actually, there's 2 of those left to go. I don't know. We'll just leave that there. Alright, it's 2 rocket fuel. Hang on. We can hit this button. They do take a while to craft, 30 seconds, at a crafting speed of 1.2, so it's like 20 odd seconds each. Yeah. Alright, I want to pull my modules out, because I don't want to leave them in those machines. Okay, you're good to go. We're going to walk away from you. We're going to leave you running. Next thing I want to do is we've got a tank. We've got our... we have our tank. Why is plastic dead? Oh, it's only 1 lane in to start with. Oh. Okay, so what I actually need to do is I need to have you go right lane to start with, and that's going to fix the problems. At the same time, I need to remember to run on the concrete because it's just faster. Oh crap. Red circuits uses potentially... Oh, it's not running flat out, so it's not going to use a whole belt of plastic, but it's close. Okay, what were we doing? We were combat. Combat, say hi to the neighbors. We want to request in those destroyer capsules that we made in a previous episode. 100. Seems a bit excessive, but sure, why not? And the other thing I want to do is we've just started the research for personal roboport Mark II, which means I know the recipe already, I need 5 personal roboports Mark 1. So 1, 2, 3, plus the one I have in my inventory, plus the one I have right there, is 4, 5. So, we'll just step out into the wilderness. Where is the wilderness? So, really into the wilderness. Okay. Character. Armor. So, I have 1 personal roboport, okay? 1 personal roboport, great start. Awesome start, gets us up and running. It has a construction area of 30 by 30, with a robot limit of 10. So I can only have 10 robots in the air flying around doing things because that's all I can support. Actually, we have all the details that are right down here. Hang on. Are you going to... Is it... Did I put that far enough off? Oh, no, I didn't put it far off on the screen. I couldn't pull it back. Okay, so what you can do is you can stack these. So if I take another one of these... nope, another one of those, and I put it there. So I now have max robots of 20, charging spots of 4, because this has 2 charging spots, this has 2 charging spots. I now have a construction area of 42 by 42. If I put another one on, we can see we're up now to 52 by 52. I take that off and put the... Don't put the shields on. Put that on. We're now up to a construction range of 67 by 67, with 10 charging spots, being 2 per one of these. You might have also noticed my battery dropped fairly quickly, because these have a lot of buffer that goes into them. But I've also filled up my inventory with a whole bunch of roboports. Okay, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to have a roboport Mark II. Roboport Mark II has a range of 40 by 40 to start with. We're at 67 by 67. Let's bring it down to 40 by 40. That sort of range. Okay, so it has that sort of range. It also has a robot limit of 25 and a recharge rate of 4. We have a robot limit of 20 with 4 charging spots. So if I do that and we craft one of them, I'm short of stuff. LDS, always the LDS. One of them. And why are there no green circles on that belt? Are they just all being eaten? Okay, all being eaten is a very good excuse. It means I can actually put my legs back. And I can come back out to my wilderness. And character one of them. Put that in there. And as you can see, I have a decent range again. Okay, it's not great, but it's decent. But again, these stack. So I could always craft a second one of these, and a third one of these, and a fourth one of these, and have some pretty impressive robot range. I normally recommend, like, there we go, copper's dead again. So if you have the materials, and it is such a big if you have the materials, if you want to do a lot of building, I'd recommend it. Actually, no, I would 100% recommend it. I would 100% recommend to have enough parts or enough roboports or whatever in your inventory so you can swap in stuff in and out of your armor as you wish. But I do want to add a caveat to that, and it's going to be a pretty important one. That if I take my personal roboport Mark II off, put it in my inventory, to, you know, put in a set of shields or something, because I'm going to go into some heavy-duty combat. And then I want to put it back on, it starts flat again. It has to fully recharge, which drains off my battery, which is something you need to take, you know, keep into consideration. On top of that, it has a recharge rate of 4 times 1 megawatt, okay? So it's going to use up to 4 megawatts worth of power if you've got robots always active doing things. But my portable fusion reactors only output 750 kilowatts. So if I have 2 of them, I'm outputting 1.5 megawatts worth of power, and I'm potentially draining 4 megawatts worth of power. So then batteries become your friends, okay? I see, and I have done it myself in the past, I actually make a second power armor. I'll keep a second power armor in my armor. And what I actually do is I'll have a couple of fusion reactors, a whole heap of batteries, a whole heap of roboports, and that is my building armor. It is purely for building. It doesn't do anything really above and beyond that, apart from just building crap. It does mean that, yes, if I go into combat, it gets stripped off. If I'm just running around in the safety of my base, it gets put on because it'll have a quite substantial construction range to get things done. So if we just wait for this to finish, we're actually going to have 25 robots. I pull that off and I put that on. We're up to 50 robots with a 57 by 57 construction area and 8 charging spots. So sort of quite substantial after you get a couple of roboports in your armor. But right now we're going to go off and we're going to say hi to the neighbors. who have another expansion party down here who's gone and made a nice little biter base for us. So we're going to start with the car. Sure, a car. I'm only going to put solid fuel in it. Reason is it's fast enough. How's my armor set out for? Sure. Alright, car. Zippy car. Does come with a trunk. You can put stuff in the trunk. Same time, if you put ammo and fuel in your trunk and you run out of ammo or fuel, it'll auto resupply it from the trunk. Not from your inventory, only from the trunk. So, zippy. Oh, actually, hang on. Before I do that, we had a copper problem. Yes, still have a copper problem. I want to get the handy dandy magic upgrade planner. I want to start with this belt. And I'll explain why we're doing this belt first when we get there. Right here. This belt is providing a full belt, almost full belt. This one's moving occasionally. Almost full belt worth of copper. If I upgrade back to here, it means this belt can do a full belt of copper. And this belt can also do a full belt of copper. 2 yellow belts make 1 red belt. If I make 1 red belt, and we go to our smelter right here. Yeah, I thought I missed 2 belt. Oh, that's a completely wrong smelter. Alright, if we upgrade this to red belt, which it's already done, actually, it looks for the whole map. Yeah, it has. So we can now see all the furnaces are firing up rather than just the first half. And we have a lot more copper entering our bus. Obviously, I want to do that a few times. So we're going to do that belt, because it has 2 belts feeding into it. This down here is only taking 3 belts out. This 4th belt is pretty much stationary. We've just turned it on. It's now just going to start running. There we go. It's now running full speed. But I also have, if we look at our miners here, I have a lot of miners here with yellow lights, which means they're not running. So obviously I'd like to turn all our miners on by using our upgrade planner and just hitting anything that has a yellow light on it. So I want all of that done. I want you guys have a yellow light. You guys have a yellow light. There's a lot of you with a yellow light, and just that one guy. Alright, after we've done that, we're also going to do the other lane, the other far lane on our... Actually, does it matter? I guess not, because we're running through a balance. It really shouldn't matter. Alright, we're going to start with the second lane, because we can. We're going to run that up through there, all the way through to there. Just going to hit everything with the upgrade planner. If I go through another belt that's not red, we'll just make it red because it's quicker. And that should get a second belt to smelter up away. It also means that the bots obviously have a lot to do. So we're not going to harass them for a little while. So, that's a combat party right there. Hey, you lot. Come say hello. Now, as you can see, car's quite nippy. Car's quite good at kiting things. Acid doesn't slow it down that much because it has that much oomph in it. The catch is... yeah... it doesn't have that many hit points either. It's only got 450 hit points. Oh, and also trees slow it down and it takes damage from trees. Let's turn off personal roboport. So, getting in here and strafing bases can be done. Can be done quite effectively. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you can circle around a base a few times, hold the gun out the window. The gun is, and actually I'll show it in a second. We're getting a little bit closer. Yep. Come on. Alright, just hold the gun out the back window. Can you die? Thank you. Stop, repair. Okay. Our SMG has a shooting speed of 10 plus 15 per second, which is all research with a range of 18. The vehicle machine gun has a range of 20 with a shooting speed of 15 plus 22.5 per second. So it's got a bit of extra range, does a bit of extra damage, okay? But we also have a tank. Tanky. Tank has a couple of advantages. 1, it's slower. 2, way more hit points. 3, actually has a couple of guns. So we have a tank cannon, which I didn't make any tank cannon shells for. We have a vehicle machine gun, and we have a flamethrower. And we're definitely going to put that and that and that into our friendly neighborhood tank. So, tab to cycle through weapons, obviously. Flamethrower. Flamethrower has a couple of advantages. 1, it's unlike the normal personal flamethrower, which like puts out a napalm that burns everything on the ground. This just does like a directional burn. Does a very good job of clearing out trees. Very, very good job. In saying that, the tank just drives through trees. Not even much of a speed degradation for driving through trees. The gun's just as good as the car, like just as good. We'll start with the flamethrower. So, as you can see, does a pretty good damage. Really good at killing things off. Catch is, takes a long time to work on spawners, worms. Stop repairing me, robot. You're meant to be away in the trunk safely. Yeah, less than ideal for taking out. If we go back to the gun's probably more effective. Turn that back on. But you can team things up. So we do remember we went and grabbed some personal laser defense. If I take out 2 guns, 2 legs, and 1 robot, or actually let's put the robots in, just 1 robot, and I put in some personal laser defense. These are little lasers sitting on your shoulder. They go pew pew. They kill things. Okay, and I drive my tank, which does drive through trees without slowing down too much. Does drive through spawners even. Not an issue. Just roll right through the middle. Yep. Again, robot out repairing. You're gonna be dead. Lasers do a pretty good job of going pew pew and killing everything. I did say take some significant damage. Don't get me wrong. Oh, missed you. But you can take this up a notch, because we can have some destroyer capsules. So this creates 5 destroyer capsules. They have a robot lifetime of 120 seconds. They actually have the longest life out of all the different robots. They have a range of 15, a shooting speed of 3.2. They have a damage of 10 plus 10 electric, which is upgraded by the research, being the laser research. And they also have a speed of 2.2 plus 5.2 kilometers per hour. Don't worry too much about the speed. Speed really doesn't matter. It seems the speed is the speed at which they'll hover around you, because these are tied to you. And as you can see, they have a decent throw range. If we remember our previous itty bitty ones, yeah, not so great. A little bit better. These guys, like, pew 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 machine gun. These guys, first off, you throw them, you get 5 of them. Way better to get 5 of them. Secondly, they shoot electric beams, and that's with 5 of them in the air. Hang on. We've now got 30. We got 30. We're driving around. We have 30 of these guys following us. We have damn lasers in our tank, well, in our body. And I have 30 of these guys following me. Can you imagine what this does now? I can. It just makes problems go away. Like, you don't even slow down. You drive right through the middle. We're going to go up, we're going to turn left, we're going to come out here. Do a quick loop around, make sure everything's dead. Anything you might have missed on the first pass. Yeah, everything's dead. Alright, next base. We can try turning that on, but I think the robots, yeah, we don't have enough robot research yet. Eventually you can get enough robot movement speed that the robots can actually keep up with you. But at the moment, because I got the capsules out, I really want to maximize my time and my effort. So, you know, just drive through a base, around a base. Choice is yours.
Actually, there's one up here. Oh,
found a cliff. Cliff explosives. That's the quickest way to deal with it. Because I have these guys out, and I really like to just, like, you know, maximize my potential death and carnage through a forest. Why not? Spiders, you think cliffs will save you? You think your base is defended by cliffs? I have bad news! I'm going to rock through the side of your base. This side of your base, and that side of your base, and that side of your base. Okay, we've officially got low enough in hit points that maybe it's time to let the robots loose. Come on, robots. I lost 5. Yeah, they're all dying off. But as you can see, very... Oh, did I miss one? Bad jetting. Very, very effective at clearing large areas very, very, very quickly. There we go. Cleared that one out. We'll wander down here. Rocks will slow you down. Rocks, water, and cliffs. It's pretty much the only things that'll stop a tank. Funnily enough, driving up a cliff is not possible. Driving into a lake is not possible. And rocks are just like, they're a small speed bump. They just remind you that you should have been paying some sort of attention to what direction you were going in. If I turn on the pollution overlay, I don't see any chunks of pollution missing. So I do see some trailing biters that are going to have to wander away. So we need to build a wall. That's the conclusion I've come to. So we're going to race back to base, and we're going to pick up the basics for wall building. 20 of those. 150 of those. Oh, tanks! Other really important thing. Their braking speed sucks. Okay? Absolutely stop. No, turn, stop. Yeah. Their braking speed sucks. Okay? You have been warned. Strongly recommend that you definitely invest in brakes and turning the wheel really, really hard. We want maybe not 10,000 more, maybe just 1,000. So, yeah, something to be aware of. But we're going to take a car. Dump that there. Put our... Actually, we're going a straight-ish line. We'll put the rocket fuel in there. We have a trunk that we could put stuff in. So we're going to put in... Whoop, not those. But not both of those. All of those. Can you get the wall delivered, please? I don't have nearly as many legs as I had once. Much better. Military build is here. Yoink. Oh, damn it. We're gonna go throw that in there. We're gonna look at pollution off, our upgrade planner. That belt is slow for some reason. Oh no, it's just finished one last belt segment. It must have been going up to red belt speed. So, copper is not quite making it to the end of the bus, but with the second one up and running, we should be possibly okay. How are our miners doing? Our miners are still backed up. Well, in that case, let's do the next belt. Okay, that still looks like it's missing a belt somewhere. It is right there. Yeah. Always pays to double check your belts. Oh. That's funny. That shouldn't have happened. That should have upgraded the other half at the same time. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that one. And we'll do that one. Alright. We have our material. We have our stuff. We're going to throw those in the car just in case we run into some resistance along the way. We're going to take our power poles and we're going to go here. And we're going to build a little wall here and then we'll probably connect that one to the north wall. We'll see. Also, if you have robots, like dead set, just if you find a tree that's in your way, just tell it to decon. Maybe don't drive through forests. Pro tip. Or drive the tank. Tank's ability to go through forests normally makes up for its slower overall movement speed. Just way less frustrating. And I think the trunk is also bigger in a tank. I don't know why a tank has more boot room than a car. Because normally tanks are going and wasting all that room on things like armor. But, you know, that's how it is. Okay, so... power... Here, 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 here. How close are you guys? You guys are really close. Let's have a tank, right? Tank. Solid fuel. Oh, another very important tip when it comes to robots is if you take that roboport off. And actually, we might demonstrate this. How many robots can I run? I think I run the full 50. Yeah, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Alright, if I take my roboport off, that robot just got abandoned. He's no longer mine. He's no longer coming back to my inventory. He's going to wander to the closest robot network he can. So is his friend over here, who I also abandoned. So, just something to keep in mind if you take your roboport on and off often. I generally just leave mine on and just use this button to toggle things on and off. Or at least I have one roboport on at all times. Oh, I wanted to maybe throw them out the window. Yeah, that should do us. That's a tight gap. Can we get a helping hand? Yeah. So just make short work of just about everything. Cliff, really? We'll just do a quick scoutsies. Just see what's just around the corner. So far, not a lot. Apart from more databases. I probably should turn you guys off because I don't really want any more of you melted. Yup. Through the trees, through the forest, through the database. There's a healthy amount of copper and iron. In the north, anything? Anything. Like a nice uranium patch would be nice, because they're one of the things I want to play with and we want to talk about, but I've only found one patch that we just uncovered this episode, but a second patch wouldn't hurt. No, nothing in the north. No. Just one itty bitty database that we're just gonna ramp through. Okay. Boom. Perfect timing as the robots decide they've done their due diligence. They're going to give up. Okay. So, out of tank, out of tank, out of tank. Turn the tank. Stop the tank. Stop. Yep. Okay. We're going to put power there. Power there, and I think this is probably the narrowest part. So we want to grab from there to that wall in that tile to there in that tile. Grid size. That one can officially go away. Where is this? Oh, you took out one gun. I think I can live with one gun. Okay. We're gonna go... It doesn't matter, I'm gonna have to fix the corner no matter what. Did I not... Turn on grid size. Thank you. There, and there. Go back to this, pull off those, turn that back on, add the second roboport, add in my 2 sets of legs, add in normal roboports. One here, one here. What? Oh, helps if you put down the substation, guys. Alright, you're going to have some extra lasers at that end. You're going to have all the extra lasers at this end. And here, and here, and here. Alright, so with that done, that should defend up that wall. If I just hook it into the main network, it can get repaired and everything remote. Or it can get remote supplies in to do repairs and maintenance. We do want to set up in a future episode probably a auto resupply station. So that is a station that literally has a train that goes from the main base to that roboport network, so I don't have to worry about. I don't have to take care of it. The train will just deliver in new supplies when this part of the network requires them, and if this part of the network has any extra junk in it, which might happen through my construction, my logistics slots, my trash slots rather being emptied whilst I wander through it or anything like that, the station will just take all the excess junk back to base. So with that done, I'm going to be calling our episode here. I will go and fortify this between, well, actually right now between episodes. Next episode, in theory, copper is fully fixed and the bus is going beautifully. Science is a powerhouse of lack of copper still, even though it's getting a full belt in. I know it looks like the full belt has just started happening. So science is going okay. Actually, what we might do is we might just cancel those, and we're just going to go with blue belts, because why not? We'll do our speed, productivity, and efficiency module Mark 3s. What else do we tick off? We're going to tick off effect transmission. We're going to tick off nuclear fuel reprocessing, because why not? We'll tick off the coal liquefaction, which I honestly tell you, you're probably never ever going to use, and then we'll leave everything else for the next episode. But it means we'll put a draw on purple science, which should be running fine. It's completely backed up, and that should give the yellow science a little bit of time to catch up. I have no idea what its deal is. It looks like it's just a low density structure problem, which could be me putting too many into a chest, but I highly doubt it. Anyway, with that said, this is where I'm going to call today's episode. Yes, we do have robots trying to migrate all over the map to get some of these things done. Our robot network is large but sparse. And next episode, outposting. So I want to get this iron, probably this stone, probably this copper, probably this iron, and hook them all back into the base so we have resources again, because that would be nice. Anyway, like I said, I'm getting completely carried away and sidetracked. As always, do hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have any thoughts, any comments, anything that we still need to fix in or fill in before the series is done, because I have been mentioning this for a while. Like, we're getting closer and closer towards the end. I'm not sure how many episodes, because what I plan to get done in an episode, normally we get about half that much done, but we're running out of research, which means we're running out of things that I need to demonstrate. So yeah, questions, thoughts, all that sorts of things over on Discord. Same time, if you need any help, again, pop on Discord. We have lots and lots of new players that have been joining recently. At the same time, we have lots of experienced players that are more than happy to help you out and may be able to answer the age-old question of, why does Jetty use bots to fish? Because, like, it hasn't been answered. You never know. Maybe it's really important. Maybe you should be using bots to fish. You don't know. But with all that said, I'm out. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. All right, bye.